Hello and welcome to Code with Petit Pois. In this tutorial, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be creating a digital store using Astro.js and Strapi. This is what we're going to be creating. It's called Prompt Garden or something similar, and it's going to be an AI prompt digital store. So we're going to have an array, a list of prompts. You can sell, you can become a seller. When you click on the prompt, you have all the information about it, preview what it looks like, and have the reviews. We're going to have an add to cart, wish list, etc. And you'll be able to pay using Stripe. So we're going to be storing most of the assets in using Strapi. So we basically create a backend using Strapi, which is a headless CMS, as we can see here. And that's what we'll be creating today. So we'll start off by we'll start off with the back end, and then we will create this front end. So this is Lovable that I'm using here. Just a simple prompt I used. Create a digital marketplace for selling AI prompts. Just the UI first, and I'll add a Stripe payment afterwards, and it modeled it after Gumroad or Etsy product hunt. So that's what it's using as inspiration. So now we can start the project. Okay, so when we look at Strapi, all we have to do to start is use this prompt here. So I'm going to copy that. And I've got Visual Studio Code, and I have a folder called Prompt Store, and I have two folders inside, one called Backend, one called Frontend. And if we look at the terminal, we're actually going to cd into the backend. So we're just going into the backend, and we're going to paste that prompt. So it's going to spin up a Strapi instance for us. And while that's doing that, we will carry on taking a look at the documentation. So this is a good way of learning any new product, is looking at their documentation. So obviously this is what we've done. Okay, so now we've got the name of our Strapi project. We're going to call it Prompt Store. It's going to give us a free account on Strapi Cloud. We can log in, sign up, or we can skip. So I think it's a 14-day trial, and then it changes. So we're going to skip for now. We're going to say yes. Our default database is SQLite. Start with an example, structure and data. Let's say yes. TypeScript is fine. NPM is fine. And no, we're not going to do the Git repository. So it's going to give us as you can see here, it's created everything for us. So we've got this example, and everything's installing there for us. So now we want to create what's called collection types. And obviously, when we look at this prompt, we want to have obviously the title, we want to have the description, we want to have who created it, we want to have maybe the tags and the price. So that's what we're going to be doing once this is all loaded up. That's what we will look at. So yeah, I'll come back when everything is everything is done. Don't even need to come back. So everything is there, and it says in order to start, we're going to run this command, npm run develop. So npm run develop. Oops. Okay, so we actually created the project, and we're using the free Strapi Cloud account, and we signed in and activated the code, and we said yes to SQLite, no to the sample data, yes to TypeScript, and it's installing npm, and that's what we got now. Okay. Okay, let's see. Run develop. So now it's loading everything. And here we have our admin dashboard. And I'm going to fill this out and come back. So here we are inside our Strapi instance. And we've got, this is the dashboard. And we're going to go to content structure. And we're going to build the collection type. So it gives us one by default, which is user, but we want a new one. And this is going to be prompt. And we're going to take a look at what we needed again. So we want a title. So the first one will be title. There'll be a short text. Another one will be description. And that'll be a long text. We want a number for the price. And we want to have an author, or so author, or the author is good. What else do we want? We want to have the actual content. So we're going to maybe use rich text and say content. And we're also going to add date and say created. We're just going to choose a date here. And we're going to say finish. And we're going to save. And we've created a backend for our prompt gallery. So this is the structure of our prompt. So if we wanted to actually create one, you can always obviously add more fields if you want, but then we need to create one. Oops, sorry. Okay, so what we're going to do in this, what we're going to do now is actually work out what we need on the back end before, and then we'll work on the front end afterwards to connect it all together. So when we think about the actual prompt itself, you obviously have the title, who it's from, what it does, or how to use it. You have the price, and you might even have categories here when it was created. So what we're going to do, we're going to use Strapi. Now Strapi is a headless CMS. It's very easy to use. Developers love it. Makes, like it says, makes API creation easy. It supports all the networks, so it's very easy to add to our project, our Astro.js project. And when you click Get Started, it takes you to this page. And we're basically going to follow this section here and basically create our project. So we have to run this this command. We're going to sign up for the free cloud account for 14 days, and then we are going to make our collection types. Okay, so let's do that now. So I have my project opened in Visual Studio Code. So it's just two empty folders, one called backend, one called frontend. Like I said, we're going to work on the backend. The whole folder is called prompt store. And we're going to cd into the backend. And then we're going to run this command. And we're going to change the project to prompt backend. And say yes. And here we go. So it's going to install Strapi for us. And I might even just add a text file. So we said we wanted a title, we wanted a description, we wanted an author, created, and we wanted a category or tag. And let's take a look again. What else did we want? Oh, price, of course. We wanted a price. This gives us an idea of what we want. Right, so I'm gonna log in, and I'm gonna do that offline. I'm already logged in, as it shows here. So it says, do you want to use the default database? We say yes. We say no to the sample data. Yes, TypeScript is fine. And NPM is good. I'm going to say no for the Git repository for now, but you can say yes if you wanted to. We can always do that later. This will just get us up and running. So yeah, so what this is kind of the structure we want. We want this to be obviously a string. This is a long string, date, number, we might have another collection type, and then it will link to category. Okay, so those work together, or link to tags. I think category is better, so let's go category, and that will be the title. So that's kind of what we want. So now that we've done that, we can cd into prompt backend, and then say npm run develop, and that should take us into our Strapi instance on the web. It should open automatically, and you can create your. So we're at this stage now. Where are we? We're at this stage here. So I'm going to log in. I'm going to say full stack developer and say excellent. So we can build the content structure, create content, etc. So you could obviously follow the tour, but we're not going to do that. Create content. Okay. So this is what you get. We are going to go to content manager, and we're going to go collection types. And by default, it gives you a user. So it gives you an idea of, you get, if you look at the collection type, content type builder, and you look at user, this is what a user is. It has a username, email, provider, all of that. So that's kind of like the structure of what a user will need, or would be. And we're going to create a new one, and we're going to call it prompt. And we said text, title, and it's going to be a short text, which is best for titles, names, etc. And then we're going to add another field, and we said we want an author. And we add another field. We said we want long text. Yeah, so this was description. We could also use Markdown for the actual content of the prompt. We want the date for created, just the date. And we want a number for the price. We want it to be decimal. Actually, no, we want it to be a big integer. You know what? We'll leave it at decimal for now. Yeah. And then we yes, we want to stop here for now. And what we will do, we will save it. And so far, so we actually have the content, which is a rich text or markdown. Okay. Then we want to now create, awesome. Now we refresh this and see we have prompt. We want a new collection type, and we want to call it category. And again, like we said, we want it to be a title. We'll put short text, that's fine. Finish and save. And what we're going to do now is connect the two. So similar to how this is created, we're kind of following a similar structure here, where we create a category with a name field. We called it title, but it's the same thing. And we're going to say category belongs to many restaurants. So yeah, we need to edit that. So we need to edit. We go to advanced settings. Sorry. Collection type, category, that's right. Sorry, what did you say? Type name in the name field. Cancel. I want to edit the actual area. This is it. So required, and we want to make sure that it's where do we want to go? We want it to be relation, is it? Okay. So relation field, prompt. Prompt has many categories. This is what we want here. Okay. So I'm going to finish that, and then in the prompt, sorry, I want to save that. We want to have the category name here. You can see by doing that, it added a category section here to the prompt. So I've gone back in and changed the titles here to lowercase. And I've also changed them all to required field by changing the advanced settings except for the created. I've also made another collection type called customer, which takes the email, password, name, and avatar. And we're going to create a new collection type called author. And we want to basically have, we want to have their author name. We want to have their avatar. And we want it to be a user. Authors and belongs to many users. No. Author has one user. Field name. And we're going to finish that. And so we have the, we also want to have, let's have the email as well. Go back. Want the email here. Want it to be required, unique, and finish. Okay, so the author will have the email, avatar, and name. We could actually just put name instead of author name. Author so has name, avatar, and user's permission. Save. So oops, sorry, 1 second. Sometimes it cuts out for a second. So alright. So we have the category customer. I'm going to change this to name as well. So the customer has an email, password, name, and avatar. And the category, let that restart. So basically create an API endpoint so we can get customer names, prompts, and the user. Okay, so we've got all of that. So the author has name, avatar, user's permission, and email. The category has the name and the prompt relation. The customer has the email, password, name, avatar. You could use that as well to say orders. So you could have a list of orders, a relation of all the orders that they purchase. This is the prompt. This is the user. And if we have a new connection type saying orders or order, and it basically has no, it's not author, it's prompt. As many orders. Yep, that's it. So then you can go into customer. Oops, can save that. So basically, we also need to know the customer, and yeah, order belongs to many customers. Yeah, that's fine. And we can go to, if you go to customer now, save that and let it restart. So this is basically to keep track of all the orders, etc. We go to customer now, has this relation with order. The order has the prompt, etc., etc. So it goes back and forth. So lastly, what we're going to do now is take a look at the roles and permissions, which is the next thing here. So under permissions, you want to choose roles, which we're here, and in the permissions, we want to click the public role. So click on public, and we want to find all the prompts. Let's go to prompts, and we want to say find and find one, and we want the orders as well to be, sorry, the categories as well to be find and find one, and save. Okay. Now, if we go back to roles and we go to authenticated, if you're authenticated, you can create, actually you can do everything with the author, you can do everything with the category, you can't do, you can look up customers, and you can look up orders, and you can create, you can do everything with prompts. Okay, and we can save that. So, if you are a normal user, actually you can find authors, you can find categories, can't find customers, you can't see any customers there, and you can't see any orders because you're not logged in, but you can read the prompts. Okay, and you can save that. So if we look here, that's what we've done. And now we can create an entry. So if we go to, let's create some content. Let's go to an author. I'm going to create a new entry, and I'm going to say petit pois, and I'm going to say what is this? Prompt user at prompt.com. I don't need, I'm going to click publish because I didn't say the avatar was absolutely necessary. And if we look at authors, here we go, I have a published entry. So we do the same with a category. And if we look at our lovable, we had, if we go to home, we've got writing, art, business. Okay, so we can create a new entry and say writing. Art. What was the other one? Business, marketing, development. Okay, business, marketing, development, education. Okay, development, education, and productivity. Okay, so if we look at our collection now, oops, content manager, category, oh, okay, I was overwriting it, save, publish, new entry, education, save, publish. So there we go. So this is what we have. And we have another one, let's say art, save, publish. And there we go. So we have all of the, and we're going to say marketing and business. Okay. Let's add a new one. Marketing, save, publish, and business. Save and publish. Okay. So that's what we have, and that is all we've got here. And now we can go to a prompt, and let's create prompt. And we're going to say it's related to you know what, actually there's one more category I want to add, and I want to say tools. Yeah, and then we're going to get to a prompt, say create new, and I'm actually going to Control-C, Control-V as the actual content description. So the title is Digital Lovable Digital Marketplace. Author Petit Pois, relation, tools, and the author needs to be related to this author. So let's, before we do that, let's go back. Yeah, let's confirm. So if we go to the prompt, we go to the prompt, yeah, that's right. Go to the settings. Where are we? Content manager. So prompt. We don't want to, content type builder, that's what we want. Go to the prompt, and we're going to change the author here. We're actually going to delete that, and we're going to add it again, but we want to make sure the prompt has one author, yeah. Author has many prompts, yeah, that's what we want. No. So here we go. So the relation is author has many prompts. That's fine. Save that. So basically we refresh itself. So we have the author here. I'm actually going to delete this. We're just going to keep that just as it is. And the category, I'm going to save that. And okay, so if we go to home, content manager, we still have the author there, and we have all the categories. And this is the prompt now. Let's create the prompt. So the author is Petit Pois. The category is tools. The title is prompt marketplace. Description, create the UI for a prompt gallery marketplace. Yeah, and then this is all I put in the this is all I put in the prompt, and the price is 0 for now, and there's no relations right now. There's no orders. Okay, we click save, and then we click publish. So we look at the prompt, and here it is. Create the UI for a prompt gallery marketplace. Okay, so then I can look at my other projects on Lovable. And let me do this is one I did for a different project. Copy that. And I'm going to create a new prompt, same author. And this is AI emoji website with AI. The relation is, again, it's tools. This is the actual prompt. And this is the one page, create a one page movie application where the user can input a movie, one page emoji quiz application. So we're going to say tools, that's fine, and say save. And what we could do with the category, we could even add a category and say lovable. And we can actually change that there and save it, publish. So if we look at the prompt, it's still in the draft, we didn't publish it. So it's had the tools and it's also got lovable as the prompt. So there we go. So we have a few categories, we have one author, and we have a couple of prompts there with a description. And then, so now if we take a look here, it says if we use the API, we're going to get that's what we get back. So let's see if we can test this. So overview, the roles, we did that, that's fine. So let's see if we can get the prompts now. Find. So this is what we want to do. /API/prompts. So let's do that now. So what I've done, I stopped the server and I said npm run strapi deploy, and I made sure I followed the prompts here where it says the name of your project, Node.js version, etc. And now it's going to upload it to Strapi Cloud, and then we can test the API. So I'm just following the documentation here. Deploy to Strapi Cloud. And yeah, we're basically doing this, answer the questions, and it's going to give me a clickable link, and then I can log into that. Okay, so this is the backend running on Strapi, the production. Still building. And once it's done, we can check that out. But there you go. This is the API will be running on this. So here we go. It's deploying. This is where it's going to deploy to, and I will be able to say API/prompts, and it will be able to give me those prompts once it's all deployed and everything. So we'll come back when it is deployed. So here we are. Obviously it didn't save everything I did locally, so we'll have to do that again. But this is everything running actually on the cloud. So let's start this again, and we'll just add a name. And this is just info@prompts.com. We'll save and publish it, and then we'll do the category. And this time we're actually going to do lovable, and we're going to do bolt, and we're going to do art, and we're going to do business, and we're going to do as well something like writing. I mean, obviously you can add all that you want. That's just to give us an idea. And now we're going to add a new entry for prompts, and this is going to be movie website. So movie. Okay, the UI for a movie website similar to using TMDB API, and the prompt is this here, and the price is 0, the category is lovable, the author is Petit Pois, and there's no relation yet. No one's ordered it. I publish it. Another one, and we're going to say this one is the emoji quiz app. And if I go to my lovable dashboard, oh, that's the prompt garden, that's not the one. So it was here. Control C, Control V is the whole thing. It's a emoji maker. Sorry, make emojis from movie titles. Okay, so that's that. There's actually more that I did further down, so I will just add all of that in. Even added this one here. Okay. Save and publish. Okay, so I'm going to actually change the price to 99p. Category lovable, and author is published. I publish that. And I'll do one more. I'll do the prompt for this specific project that we're looking at now. And this one is digital marketplace UI. AI digital marketplace. And we're going to say the price is 0. Actually, I'm going to say the price is, I don't know, $1.99 for example. We'll say lovable, no orders yet, and the author is Petit Pois. Alright, we'll save, publish. So now we want to make sure that the settings haven't changed, so let's just double check that. So this is the public, so you should be able to find one, the prompts, find one, and the authors, find one. Okay, that should be good, so we save that. Now go back to the roles and go to authenticated, and we should be able to create, if we're authenticated, yeah, we can delete our own ID. We can create categories. We should be able to find customers and find orders. We can create, upload, edit and delete. We can change our password. Yeah, we can find ourselves. Okay, so that's all good. So we save. Excellent. So that's everything done on the back end. So now, if we want to find, so we take this specific and we say API/prompts, and we're going to say preprint, and we have the 3 prompts there on the back end ready for us to access on the front end. And if we say the same for categories, we say yep, we get all the categories, and we say authors, yes, we even have the authors. Okay, so that's everything created on the back end. As you can see here, we can't see the author, so what we might need to do is make sure that we say, yeah, so it's the prompt and then we have this, populate equals start, and we get absolutely everything, who the prompt was made by, etc., etc.